Since opening its doors in 1964, the Brooklyn College Television Center has been one of the leading broadcasting institutions in the country and have seemingly been on the cutting edge of technology. I'm Michael Garay reporting on the Brooklyn College Quad, and for the past 50-somewhat years, that technology has grown exponentially, and that exponential growth would never have taken place without some of the things that are now long gone. Take the vintage Relic camera stationed just outside the TV Center doors. That Relic serves as the very root, foundation, and backbone of what the TV Center has become.
If you look at some of the photos that we've been able to dig out of storage, you see those cameras actively being used in the same studio that today is now full HD. And that's a tube camera with a turret lens from the 60s. I think it serves as sort of a symbol that, we still continue to do the same work no matter what the camera looks like.
In this new age of new and improving technology pretty much taking place overnight, you can't help but wonder, where is television production going? One thing is for certain, BCTV plans on staying ahead of the curve.
So even though technology evolves very rapidly and it changes depending on where you go, so you're not going to find exactly the same equipment in one place or the other, it's important that we keep up to date so that when students go out and look for a job, they can say that they've worked with the latest, most professional equipment.
This is a field that doesn't stay still, and we're sort of up against it being a public university because we don't have the same amount of funding that a lot of private colleges have or private film schools have.
From a marketing and recruitment and retention perspective, we have to have this stuff or we can't compete with Queens or Hunter or Syracuse or any of the other schools.
Television is best served to the masses through state-of-the-art cameras, such as the Sony NX handled by TV Center staff member and MFA candidate Nelson Roland. These newer cameras serve as a historical benchmark for where camera technology is heading at the TV Center.
We're trying to train students to be workers in the workforce for today and for oncoming job opportunities. So if we don't have the right equipment, I have a hard time seeing how students can get into the field with a leg up as far as not needing to go through extra training.
While revamping and or retooling equipment is an integral part of the evolutionary overhaul here at the TV Center, it's not the most important part in terms of new media education. According to active chairman of the television and radio department, Stuart McClelland, the art of storytelling takes precedence.
From a pedagogical perspective, we don't teach technology. We're not interested in teaching people to be a technical director. It's more about the storytelling.
While times have changed in regards to ushering forth a new age of equipment, the past serves as the quintessential backdrop for future generations.
When I was looking for programs, Brooklyn College was one of the first places that came up, and I think that the technology they've implemented, the new studio, all the other things that came along with the studio, the editing lab.
The TV Center has survived all these various phases of technology and phases of academia and gone from not being taken serious as a discipline within the academia to being one of the biggest, fastest growing departments in pretty much every school you can think of.
The TV Center has kept up to date really, really well, surprisingly well. I've seen pretty much all equipment down there be updated in the past 13 years or so.
The reason the TV Center is what it is today, a top producer of quality programming, a darling of television production, as well as a consummate example of how television should be made, distributed, and viewed, is due to its rich technological past, which has undoubtedly shaped, molded, and bridged its past, present, and future. Reporting from Brooklyn College, I'm Michael Garay.